Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 44. This is the video podcast, Me and My Dog and Some Yarn, and my name is Kim, also known as Black Horse on Ravelry, and you can find me as Black Horse Knitter on Instagram. So, welcome, everyone. How have you been? It has been 2 weeks since I spoke to you last, and I did not intend to go 2 weeks, but life got busy, and I was busy at work and crafting and cleaning and organizing, and I have just been crazy busy. So I apologize, but I'm here now. Actually on the floor of the craft room because I have a lot to show you and it's all spread out all over here. So, I also have Dottie in here. I'll have to warn you, she's taking a nap right now. She will probably make her appearance in a little bit after her nap. But if you hear any heavy breathing or chewing on paws, that's Dottie. So just to give you a little heads up. So last week I forgot to make some announcements. So I'm going to go ahead and start with announcements before I show you the knitting. First I want to welcome some new members to the group. If you're not a member of the group on Ravelry, then go check us out. It's a small group. We don't have a whole lot of chatter going on, but occasionally we do. And I would like to see that more active. So hopefully someday it will be. But that is where you can enter in to win prizes and knit-alongs and things like that. So go check it out. It's Me and My Dog and Some Yarn video podcast group on Ravelry. So here are the new members. First we have Crafty Blue Knits, who is Peggy from Michigan. So welcome, Peggy. We also have Knitting Mummy of Six, and that is Amanda from England, which is really cool. I love to watch podcasts from other countries because I like to see the different yarns that they have in different countries and things like that. So hang on just a moment. Got a little error message there. I think we're okay. So anyways, welcome Amanda. And then we have Kentucky Girl 1961, and that is Lisa from Kentucky. So welcome, Lisa. We also have Muriel Knits, and Muriel is from North Carolina. So welcome, Muriel. I love that name, by the way. And then we have Karen. Karen is from the UK, and her username on Ravelry is Karen2101. And last we have Maisie Girl, and Maisie Girl is Jean from Massachusetts. So welcome, guys. I'm so excited you decided to join us, and hopefully you will begin to participate in the group, and we can have a lot of fun sharing our knitting and crocheting and our ideas about yarn and maybe knitting techniques, and maybe you guys can join some knit-alongs and win prizes, and I look forward to getting to know you guys. So we do have a knit-along going along. It is called the Whip Bustin' Knit-Along, and it runs through March, I believe. I should have looked that up. I should know this too. I think it goes through the end of March. And at 8 p.m. on the last day of March, I will close the thread, and we will have some prizes. We're definitely going to have a knitting bag made by me, and we will also have a skein of yarn. If anyone would like to donate anything for that, please feel free to contact me. I will be glad to give out your prize and promote your business. Right now we have 11 entries so far. You guys are doing great. So I've really enjoyed seeing your projects. They are all fantastic. So thank you for joining. And if you're in the middle of working on a project that was casted on before the beginning of the year, so if you cast it on December 31st, 2014 or later, then you can join that. It just has to be completed by the end of March. So come join us. Also, I would like to thank Heidi, who is the person behind Undead Yarns. She dyes fantastic yarns, and I was able to get a skein of her yarn on the yarn crawl this past, when was it, October, when I went on the Texas Hill Country yarn crawl. I purchased a skein of her Witchy Poo fingering yarn in Jonestown, and I think that's the Lucky You, maybe. I might have the store wrong. It's in Jonestown, and I was so excited to get that skein of yarn, and some girl was oohing on over the yarn and following me around. I think she was hoping that I would put it back, but I didn't. It was gorgeous. But anyways, I think she is advertising in our group because her banner keeps coming up on the bottom, and I don't know how that works exactly. But Heidi, if you did sponsor our group and put your advertisement there, I want to thank you so much. Heidi is Knittygirl on Ravelry, and I think she's Knittygirl1 on Instagram, and she has her own podcast. Her podcast is Undead Yarn, and you can find her on iTunes or YouTube. And she's a fellow Texan, so go check her out. Check out her Etsy shop, which is Undead Yarn, and go check out her podcast because she's fantastic. So thank you, Heidi, for advertising in our group. So I think that is all the announcements I have. I hope I didn't forget anything. So I guess we can jump in to the yarn. First of all, I have had this basket right here sitting over here forever, and I thought maybe it was just a few years, but it had a shawl in it that I was knitting for my grandma, and it was knit out of some acrylic yarn. I can't remember the name of the yarn, but my grandmother throws everything in the washer and the dryer, so I did not want to give her wool or lace. So I had knitted it out of this acrylic yarn, and it turned out huge, and I didn't realize it. I had put it in this little basket and thought I would work on it later. Well, I ended up making her other projects because this one just was not inspiring. So I pulled it out the other day, and I thought, you know what, I am gonna frog that thing. That thing's been sitting there forever. Well, I looked it up on my Ravelry page, and I started it in 2008. That is a long time. So I started to rip it out, but right before I slid it off the needles, I thought, you know what, this is pretty big. I hate to rip this out, you know, but it's huge for a shawl. I mean, it would come down to her knees. So I looked at it, and I thought, this might be a good blanket. If I just finished up, you know, bound off, and then maybe put an edging around it, it could be a blanket. So guys, that's what I did. My basket is now free for another project, which I will show you later. But this is my grandmother's. It was supposed to be a shawl. Oh, hang on. Getting all kinds of messages here. Okay. It was supposed to be a shawl, but you can see how long it is and how big it is. It's the perfect lap blanket. And the pattern was found in a magazine. I can't remember which one. You can look it up on my project page if you want to. But it is the cat eye pattern. And it is holey, but yet as a little throw, I think it's great. And I learned how to do a shell edged crochet, a crocheted shell edge. Can you guys see that? Kind of. Anyways, I was excited about it. My husband's been calling it his blanket, and I said, well, you can't have it until I show it to you on the podcast. So I finished this. It's out of my whips, and I didn't waste it all this time knitting. I knitted 6 rows of garter stitch because that's how the one end started. So I did that to the other end. Then I bound off and I put this shell edge along the border, and I love it. It's cute. It's going to get a lot of wear. Since it's acrylic, I can throw it into the washer and dryer, and I'm good to go. So that's one project finished. I have 2 more projects that I finished. First, I finished my husband's socks, which you guys saw in mini podcast. These are Jeck socks. I can't remember the name of the designer. They're knit out of Regia yarn, and I wanted these done for Christmas, but they did not get done for Christmas. But they're done now. He has already spotted them this morning, and he said, "Are those my socks?" And I said, "Yes, they are, but I'm going to show them on the podcast today, and then you can have them." So he's going to wear a new pair of socks to work tomorrow. So that's exciting. Then I have my socks, which I knit out of Desert Vista Dyeworks. The colorway is Zombody, Throw Me Some Beads. And they are just lovely. Can you see the sparkle? I love them. This is the first time I got to knit with Desert Vista Dyeworks. I love it. Yeah, this is my January socks. So I got to enter these into her January finished socks to possibly win a prize. And then I also entered them into the official, unofficial sock club, something or other. If you go check out her thread, or if you look in some of the threads that I've posted, you can find it. But yeah, it's a club. It's a kind of like a knit along club that you knit 1 pair of socks each month, and they have to, the only thing is that they have to be started on the 1st or after the 1st, but as long as they're finished by the end of the month, and you have to knit out of her yarn. So I would love to do this. I ordered yarn about, well, it was the 1st of January, and I looked up on the website, and my yarn is not going to ship until the 17th of February. So I only have 1 more skein of Desert Vista Dyeworks, and it's a neon Halloween colorway, and I really wanted to save that yarn to knit closer to Halloween, but I don't want to lose out, and I really wanted to try to do this for at least 3 months or 6 months, maybe not the whole year. So I don't know if my yarn will leave earlier than that, but I really hate to start a pair of socks after the 17th. Well, if it ships on the 17th, it wouldn't be here till like the 20th, and then that only gives me 10 days to knit a pair of socks. So I might go ahead and cast on the Halloween socks. At least they would be ready by Halloween, right? So I might do that. I might go ahead and cake that up tonight and get started. So, Desert Vista Dyeworks, and forgot the name of the pattern. I think it's Vanilla Bean. It's a free pattern. It's where you slip the stitch to create that little zigzag on the top of the foot and on the leg. really happy with these. This is the first time I had tried the Afterthought Hill. I love them. They're great. And they match. It's my first pair of stripy, matchy socks. Yay! They match. So excited. So those are all my finished projects. I am knitting on, I've knitted on just 3 projects recently over the last 2 weeks. First, I started a pair of socks for Vincent, and these are for Christmas, which I know is really, really early maybe, but he has been asking for another pair of socks, and the last time I knit him a pair of socks, it was mostly a vanilla sock. It had just like a little rib ever so often up the foot and the leg, and he said that he wanted, when he saw Vince's white beigey color socks that I knitted it out of my pattern, the Stars at Night, which I designed a few years ago. And he said, well, how come mine didn't have that nice little texture to it? And I said, well, I used a different pattern. He goes, well, can you make me some with that pattern? And I said, yeah, I'll do that. So I'm going to surprise him for Christmas. Here is the sock so far. It is knit toe up, and that is the front. And the sock yarn I got at Michael's, and it's Kroy patent sock, and the colorway is 1483, I believe. It is the Cascade colors, and it's really pretty. That's true to color right there. As I get closer to the camera, it kind of washes it out. No, that's kind of true to color. Not bad. So I love them. I think he'll love them. It's knitting up really thick, and he's hard on his socks. So this Kroy sock, I got at Michael's. Amelia had told me or mentioned on Instagram that they had a sale at Michael's, and usually the sock yarn is like $6.50 a skein or something like that. They had it on for $2.99. So I bought this colorway, and then I bought takes 2 skeins to knit 1 pair of socks, and I bought 3 other colorways too, because this sock yarn is wonderful. It's long lasting, it wears very well, so I was excited about that. That's in one of my bags from my shop, Black Horse Fashions. I am also knitting on my blanket, which I started years ago, probably in about 2010 maybe. It is a blanket, and I can't think of the name of the pattern, but it is knit in squares. There's a cat hair on it. It's knit in squares, and the squares have a heart on them. And ever so often you make one that you put a flower on. So it's a heart with a flower, and then you put a button in the center of the flower. And it's made up with, I believe, about 8 different colors. They have green and gray and red, and here's my bag. I have a darker green, and I have blues and purples. I've got orange and purple and blue. And I'm just using Barocco Comfort, and it is in the worsted weight. And I bought this, well, this particular one I bought at the Hen House before it went out of business. The Hen House was located in Spring. which isn't far from me. All the other colors I bought at a local yarn store that went out of business, and luckily I have enough yarn to finish. I don't know if Barocco still makes comfort yarn. If so, I would have to look it up. But it's 50% nylon and 50% acrylic, and I'm pretty sure it's going to wash up really well. And I am so close to finishing. I have made a little chart. The little flowers are knit individually and then sewn together. And let me see if I've got my chart. I made a chart. This is my chart. I made it on Excel, and I didn't have a color printer, so then I wrote down the colors. I've decided to put a flower in every other one, like a checkerboard. So those little circles that you see, that's going to have a flower. And let's see, I only have 3 more flowers to make that are blue, and so I've got one knitted that just has to be sewn up, so I need to knit 2 more blue flowers. I need to knit 1 more light green square and 2 light green flowers. I need to knit 2 gray squares and 2 gray flowers, and I'm done. That's it. It'll just need to be sewn together. So this week I'm planning on giving this some love, and hopefully within the next few weeks you will see that I'm starting to sew up a blanket. So that is a huge project. Blankets are always so big and they always take a lot of time. So yay, I almost have that one done. Once I get this blanket done, then I would like to start a sweater, but I don't want to start a sweater until I get some of these little projects knocked out. So that is that. That is all for the knitting, but I do have a crochet project. I am working on a scrappy sock blanket, a crocheted sock blanket, and the idea came from Kay at the Bakery Bear podcast, and Dysa of Dysa Craftworks, and Amelia, who is Emil Carve 1962, I believe, on Instagram for sure. I don't know if that's her name on Ravelry. Amelia, I forgot your name on Ravelry. How embarrassing. But anyways, here is my crocheted blanket. It is so pretty. These squares I showed you last time, except they were not sewn together. I am sewing them together with Knit Pick Stroll in black. Oh, Dottie got to that one. In black. And I'm using a crochet hook, which is C. And I'm keeping them in my basket. So these I showed you all on the last podcast. And here are my new ones that I have made. I'll show you just a few of my favorite ones. This is one of my favorites. I don't know what kind of yarn. That one. Oh, this one came off. This is from my Desert Vista Dyeworks, the one I just finished. Zombody throw me some beads. This is from Vincent's pair of socks that I knitted him, his first pair of socks. I like this one. It looks camo, but yet it's got some pink in it. But I have, as you can see, a whole bunch. And I plan to get started on sewing them or crocheting them together. This is one of my favorites. A lot of this yarn came from other Ravelry members who had gifted them to me in Iraq. Mostly when I was working on my hexagon or beekeeper's quilt. I I have not yet finished that, but that's really close to being finished too. This one, I ran out of yarn, so I'm going to put another border, one more row of border around that before I stitch it in to the quilt. I'm not sure what color I will use. But yeah, you can use little bits of scraps, and even if you don't have enough to make a full one, like that, you can make a different color to go around the outside. And I did do that with some of these, like this one right here. And this little orange one, where did it go? Right here. That orange one. So yeah, I am loving this project. It is so much fun. And I'm just having a blast. This is usually what I work on at night. When I sit and watch TV with my husband, I usually take my crochet in there because that doesn't take a whole lot of thought. Where if I'm knitting on a shawl or something, I'm having to count and maybe miss a yarn over, things like that. And I usually take my sock knitting with me to work, and if I get time, if I'm waiting online, I mean on the hold for some reason, sometimes I have to call about our peach tree, and I'll sit on hold for an hour. And if I don't have any busy work to do while I'm sitting on hold, I'll pull out my knitting. Or if I have to go get the oil changed or tires rotated or anything like that, or a doctor's appointment and I'm waiting, that's sock knitting usually. So that is all the knitting and crochet I have. I want to show you a bag that I've made. This is just one of the bags that I made, and I've got several more that are about to be finished. So I will have a shop update. I think what I'll do is I'm just going to list them as I finish them instead of having one big shop update. I'm just going to, oh, I've got a bag done. I'll go ahead and list it on Etsy. So hopefully I'll go ahead and list this one tonight on Etsy, but I am so proud and excited about this bag. First of all, check out the zipper pull. I've got a new beaded zipper pull, and I love it. It's so cute. And then the bag itself has a faux leather bottom, and the bag is quilted, and yes, I quilted it by hand. I know you can't really tell that it's quilted unless you feel it. It's a thin quilting, and I quilted the hearts in black, and there's 2 rows of black, and I also did it on the back because I hate when the back doesn't match the front. That just drives me crazy. Like if I go buy a shirt and it's got stripes on the front, I've got to have stripes on the back too, because that just drives me nuts. Why do people make shirts that don't follow through to the back? It kills me. And it kills me with the bags too. So it is fully quilted all the way around. This one has a zipper, and personally, I like my drawstrings because I'm kind of messy, and sometimes my knitting doesn't get all the way into the bag, and I'm always afraid that I'm going to zip it up. But I think a lot of people do like zippers though. So I went ahead and decided to try a zipper bag, and so far I like it. I think I might make me a few bags that have zippers. Try them out, see if I like them. But it's got love fabric in the inside, and my label, which I hand stitch in to every bag, Black Horse Fashions. So you guys can look for this tonight, and there is only one right now. I've got another bag that's going to have the red on the bottom. No, I'm sorry. It's got black faux leather on the bottom and red stitching. And then I've got another one that's going to be flat and not have the bottom, the square bottom. and it's going to be black as well on the bottom. It'll be flat, kind of like this, but it won't go in. It'll just be straight. And they are all going to have a different little pull on the zipper tab. So you go look for that if you'd like. It's Black Horse Fashions on Etsy. This one will be listed tonight. And what else? What else? I have some acquisitions. First of all, my sweet stepdaughter Tori gifted me for Christmas a Yarn of the Month Club, and it's the Sweet Georgia Yarns. And she gave me oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, I do. I have it. She printed out about the yarn club, and she wrote me a sweet little note, and this was on the Christmas tree as my gift. And the first one came. I'm so excited. First of all, it was wrapped lovely. It came with a little note saying who your gift was from. It says, to Kim from Victoria, Merry Christmas, Kim. I love you, and I hope you enjoy your membership in this club. I absolutely do, Tori. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is exciting. I've never joined a sock club, and I always wanted to, and I had no idea Victoria even knew what a sock club was. She's like a super spy person. I guess she got online and figured it out, so that was pretty cool. But here is the little card that came with it, and it just talks about the yarn of the month and how the dyer was inspired to choose these colors. This month she decided to do Snow Queen. That's the name of the yarn, is Snow Queen, and she was inspired by the Frozen movie, which I have yet to see. That is so sad. I don't have any little kids, so I don't get to see Frozen, but I have been told by my niece, Billy Ann, that when I come see her, hopefully soon to Louisiana, where she lives now, that she will watch Frozen with me. She's got the movie, so I'm excited. Can't wait to go visit Billy and get to watch Frozen. So here is the color, and I'll go ahead and show it. I didn't show it on the last podcast because I was afraid that some of you might be members of this club, and I didn't want to spoil the colorway. But here it is. It is lovely. It's Sweet Georgia Yarns, and it does look like Frozen. I have not seen the movie, but I've seen the fabric out in the stores, which I might make me a Frozen bag. And I've seen all of the toys and things that are out, and it does look like Frozen. It looks like the colors. So I'm excited. This is probably going to be a shawl. It is Silk Crush is the yarn base. It is a 50% superwash merino wool and 50% silk, and it's 375 yards of loveliness. Yay! I was so excited when this came. Made for a wonderful yarn day. And then there was a little sample of yarn, which, guess what this is going to be? It is going to be one of these. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there now. I kept it in the box so I could show you guys. Yeah, that's one thing I got. The other thing I got, the last thing I got, because I've been very good, I have not bought any yarn because I want to go to the Dallas, what is it called? The Dallas Fiber Fest, DFW Fiber Fest, which is in March. My mom and I are planning to go, and we can't wait. We've been saving our money, and we've been staying out of yarn stores, and I've been trying to stay offline. The only yarn I ordered was that Knit Pick stroll for my blanket. But other than that, I haven't ordered any yarn, and I haven't been to any local yarn store, and I'm just waiting to go to DFW Fiberfest. So if you guys are going to be there, if y'all live anywhere near Dallas, Fort Worth, anywhere in Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and you're close enough to go, I encourage you to go. And if you see me, please come say hello. I would love to meet you guys. But I did buy one other thing. When I ordered from Knit Picks, they had this book, and I had seen it on the Knit Girls podcast. Laura and Leslie did a review on it, and it is The Knowledgeable Knitter by Margaret Radcliffe. And when they reviewed it, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I need to get that book. It has so much in it, and I won't go over it because they did an excellent review of the book. But it just has everything that you would want to know about knitting. The different weights of yarn and how different kinds of yarn, like the different bases of yarn, how it will look and affect the texture. You know, like a mohair versus a merino versus a bamboo. Really neat stuff. It tells you how to seam things up different ways, not just one way. It shows a whole bunch of different ways to seam, and different ways to decrease and increase, and how to do darts in your knitting, how to do the neck. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on. Staking, I have not learned to steek yet. It's got all kinds of stuff about how to steek in here. Shaping and ribbing. It's fantastic. It's thick. It's, I don't know how many pages. Almost 300 pages full of just really, really helpful things. I encourage you, if you have the extra money to go buy it, go ahead. I bought it from Knit Picks when they were 40% off. I think I paid about $14 for it. It's regular, I think $25 maybe. But oh my gosh. It tells you how to add a pocket, like if you wanted a pocket on the outside of your sweater, or maybe you wanted an inside invisible pocket. Tells you how to do that. So you could add things to patterns that you already have. Say you have a cardigan that you just absolutely love, but you wished it had a pocket. Add a pocket. Just really, really neat. I am so glad that I went ahead and bought it. And it's The Knowledgeable Knitter by Margaret Radcliffe. Okay, so one more thing before I end, and that is my vintage show and tell book. And this one is New Gigantic Bulkies. And when I pulled this one from the shelf, I thought I wanted to show it because it's bulky. And I've just been in the mood to get things knocked out and finished, and knitting with bulky yarn, those knit up really fast. So I pulled that. I don't know, it just was one of those, I thought, oh yeah, that one looks neat, I'll show this one. But it's a volume 64. It was 50 cents back in the day, and let me see if I can find a date for you real quick. No, I'm not seeing a date. How come they don't put dates? I do not see a date. I assume it's from the 60s. What do you guys think? 60s? It's called New Gigantic Bulkies, and it's by Fleisher, Fleischer's, Bear Brand, and Botany. And come over here, Dottie. Come here. Come say hello to everyone. Come here. Come here. You're going to knock the camera. Come here. Come here. Come here. She's so stubborn. Stubborn dog. Okay. So, say hello. Come here. Come here. Come here. She's going to lay down again. She's a lazy girl. Okay, so here, I love that cardigan. The cabled cardigan. Oops. That one. I love that. So cute. I would totally knit that and wear it. And then we've got this. And this one. So cute. Mom, excuse me. Mom and I went to an estate sale yesterday, and they did not have any knitting. We were upset about that. But we had fun anyways. Here is a men's ski sweater. It's cute. Vincent might wear that. I don't think my husband Vince would, but little Vincent would. And then there's this. I think that's kind of cute. I kind of like that one. And what else? Oh, the big cardigans. Those are cute. I mean, not cardigans. Sweaters. Pullover sweaters. Those are cute. I love the big cable going down the sides. What else? Here is a coat. And 2 V-neck sweaters. One for a man, one for a woman. And here is a cardigan. And more pullover sweaters. It's kind of cute. I like this one. I think that's cute. I might wear that. I know the collar isn't really in style, but I like it. I'd totally wear that. I love these pictures. Check out this lady and her neck, her what is it? Scarf around the neck. That's so cute. Very cute. And the rest are patterns from the book. So that is New Gigantic Bulkies by Fleisher's, Bear Brand, and Botany. And I assume it's from the 60s. So that's it, guys. That's all I have. Dottie, do you want to come say hello? Come here. Come on, you want a treat? You want a treat? Come here. If you get up, I'll give you a treat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come say hello to everyone. Come here. There she is. There's the Dot Dot. Say hello. Alright, guys. Come join the knit along. Whip busting knit along. Get those whips busted out and finished so we can start new projects this year. So, we'd like to say goodbye and hope you have a wonderful week. We will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.